In Tuesday's edition of the Hazleton Standard-Speaker, Ray Saul's final sports column, HASD teams enjoying success. Success was Ray Saul. He began with the Hazleton Standard-Speaker in 1950, first as a reporter, soon was managing editor, and his love of sports shined through as sports editor. Saul retired in 1997, but never slowed down, writing a weekly sports column and a special Sunday column. Saul was a staple of the Speaker and a staple of this community. Word spread quickly Tuesday. Ray Saul, a legend of the Mountain City, was gone.
There are few people in your lifetime that you'll look back and say they are truly a part of Hazleton. And Ray Saul was, without a doubt, one of those people. He was an icon.
Hazleton Mayor Lou Barletta was best friends with Ray's son Greg from junior high school on. Barletta reminisced with us about Ray, his friend, both personally and professionally. The mayor says Ray Saul is a big part of Hazleton's history. He just can't believe he's gone. For decades, Ray Saul traveled in and out of these very same doors here at the Hazleton Standard-Speaker. For his friends and co-workers who still work here today, they tell me it's just not going to be the same without him.
It's been a very difficult day for the Standard-Speaker. Ray was part of our family, and everybody here, he's been a part of our family forever. I mean, I'm one of the old-timers, and I've been here almost 34 years. Ray started here in 1950, which is the year I was born. So he's been literally part of the furniture, and he's mentored people my age, and even the younger people who've come here after he retired. They all knew Ray. Ray always had a word for them, maybe some advice, and so he's really going to be missed.
He had a good sense of humor. He got along well with people down at the Speaker and out on the street. He could do anything, sports, columns, editorials, everything. And I had the pleasure of working with him and then later for him when he became day editor and later managing editor prior to his retirement. But it's, like I said, it's a sad day with Ray going. He'll be missed. He's truly a journalistic icon.
Ray was a good friend of News 13 and Samson Productions and a strong supporter of what we do. Sam Lassant Sr., proud to have had Ray as a guest on his show, taped not long ago, a recap of the many places he's been and many people he knew.
I've known Ray for many, many years, and Ray, thanks for coming on the Sam Lassant Show.
Oh, I'm thrilled to be here, Sam.
In 1993 and 94, when we started our news with the Standard-Speaker, Ray Saul came to me and said, I want you to know something. I think this is the best thing for our community, is to be able to service our community with local television news. And ever since 1994, I knew Ray way before that, but even before that, Ray was always concerned about fair and balanced information. And sure, he had his pet peeves and his sides, but Ray was the kind of guy that when it came to the public, and even as he did on my show, always was fair and balanced. And he maintained that professionalism right through to the end, even when I interviewed him recently. And it's ironic because tomorrow, which is Ash Wednesday, is the day I was supposed to call him to do part 2 of our show. But Ray's concern always was we could have a lot of good times, but he was always concerned that when you're doing news, particularly in a community, make sure you treat them with respect. And of course we do that, and I'm proud to say that, but Ray has been always a great supporter. We're going to miss him.
Ray Saul was 82 years old. He will truly be missed by many. Kristen Bazinski, News 13.
As many of you know, earlier this year, the Hazleton Area School District put in this wonderful new press facility. And the school district thought it would be a very appropriate thing if we name that in honor of Mr. Ray Saul. This is a man that needs no introduction. This is a man who probably saw more games here at Harman Geist than anybody in the history of Hazleton. And so what we're hoping is that by having this press box in his name, the spirit of Ray Saul will always be here at Harman Geist. With us tonight is Mr. Saul's family, and I would like to introduce them to you at this time. First, his son, retired Commander Greg Saul. Along with him, his wife Susan and their son Christian. Also here, his daughter Jaclyn Curilla, her husband Bill, and their children, Bill Jr., and the homecoming queen from a week ago, Jaclyn Curilla. At this time, I would like to turn it over to retired Commander Greg Saul, a former Hazleton athlete who's back here in Hazleton for tonight's presentation.
Thanks, Freddie. Good evening, Hazleton area and Berwick High School football fans. I'm very honored to be here for the dedication of the Ray Saul Press Box. I'm Greg Saul, Ray's son. I'm here tonight with my family. You just heard them all introduced. My father spent over 50 years in Hazleton covering and reporting on news of all kinds. But his first love and the majority of his work at the Standard-Speaker was as sports editor. And in that capacity, he spent countless hours here covering Hazleton football. I have many fond memories from my childhood of sitting with him in the press box, which, by the way, in those days was on the other side of the field. And when I played here in Hazleton Midget Football League and in junior and senior high, I had the privilege of seeing him up in the press box or on the field as a referee or a coach or just helping out. I know that many of you here tonight knew him well. You know, he was acquainted with many sports celebrities who were famous throughout the country and the world. And those of you who knew him well also will know that in his view, scholastic sports were the purest of sports. And he spent much of his time promoting and talking about and writing about Hazleton area scholastic athletes. So I'm very happy and proud that this press box is named in his honor, and we'd like to thank the Hazleton area school board and school district for doing that. Back in my day, I would close out by saying, "Go Mountaineers," but tonight, obviously, the right answer is, "Go Cougars."